Do you think human is the smartest being on this planet and it have all the information which is he storing in his mind? No. There is something beyond than humans that have infinite source of knowledge, and that is universe. And we all are connected with universe every time. But we are not aware of this power. We can access all those information if we are aware of this knowledge, if we are aware of this power. Universe is always trying to communicate with us. It's always trying to help us in our difficulties, in our problems. It doesn't mean that universe will come in front of you and will tell you how can I help you. Universe always trying to communicate with some signals, some signs. And I will tell you seven signs how universe want to communicate with us, and how you can make this connection strong. So number one is coincidences. Many of the time you have experienced when you're trying to contact one of your old friend, and they suddenly message you or call you, or you encounter them on street somewhere. According to me, there are no coincidences. There are always reason and meaning behind everything, but we don't try to investigate, or we are not aware of that particular incident. Whenever you have some difficulties in your life, you can have the message signals to come out of that problems from this coincidence. Sometimes we achieve some success immediately, or like we're trying to do something and we achieve something. Like there are many of the discoveries happens accidentally eventually. Like there are one of the famous discovery is anesthesia. During the 18th century, there were two gases, ether and nitrous oxide, was widely used as a laughing gas in parties. And then there is somebody realized this can be used in the mask pain, and then this anesthesia is now widely used worldwide. There are many discoveries happened accidentally, like penicillin. This is the famous antibiotic we using these days, like chocolate, butter, microwave. This all were accidentally discovered. Number two is dreams. If you are having some big issues in your life or problem, when you are sleeping, our subconscious mind is active that time and our conscious mind is resting. So it automatically connect with the universe, and it gives whatever you're looking for. In some signals or some message, you will receive it. Like suddenly when you wake up sometimes with some strong feeling or emotion, understand that what's something you see in form of picture or some message, numbers, can be anything. It means that universe is trying to say you something. If you can't understand it clearly, then write it down on the paper and ask right question to yourself, and sit for meditation what universe is trying to say to you, and you will have your answer. Number three is intuition. Intuition is a direct sign from the universe. It is trying to say something. Many of time when you have to make some big decision in your life, and you got this future vision in form of thought or some image, you got a clue what you have to do. Like example, many students before exam, they got to know which question is going to come tomorrow in their exam, and exactly those questions comes, so you can have a clue of future event. That is intuition. Many businessmen who are doing stock market investing, they got to know which market is going to raise, so they have this strong intuition power. And actually we all have this intuition power, and we can strengthen this power by trusting to the universe more and more, and taking action and risk. And number four is humans. Sometimes when you are having some problems in your life, and you immediately encounter some unknown random person and he's saying something that is related to your problem, it is directing you some signals. So you have to trust to the universe and take action. It can be a known person or unknown person, doesn't matter. But sometimes we all have this kind of incidents in our life. we are facing some difficulties and we don't understand what to do, and suddenly somebody give us some advice and it worked for us. So it means that universe is communicating and it's always with us, that we are not aware of this power. So whenever you have this kind of experience, just trust them and build up your connection with the universe stronger and stronger, so it will help you a lot. And number 5, that is problem or failure. Many of the time, like you have experience when you're trying to do something and you try your best, you prepare for something like for some exam or some job, you prepare, like you give your 100%, and still you're failing again and again and again. That means, it can be mean that there is something that is beyond than that, bigger than that is waiting for you, or either you have to learn or improve in you something to achieve that thing. Universe is trying to say something. You have to be careful that what it is saying to you. And number 6 is inner calling. Many of time, like we all have everything, we have enough money, we're doing good in job, with the relationship, family, everything is going good, but there is some feeling, inner feeling of emptiness, of missing something. It happened with me when I was doing job. I was working in a corporate and I was working good. I was working good, everything was okay, but suddenly I have this feeling of emptiness since long time. And then I realized there is something coming from me that is not in this job. I was not satisfied, and then I resigned my job, and then I started something else. So we all have this kind of feeling, of emptiness. It could be in our work or anything. It means universe is trying to give some message. Even when I was in business also, it was almost 4 years to run the business, and then again I have this feeling of emptiness, and I was feeling that there is something is coming, but I was not clear. But I trust to the universe, and I also give up my business. I resigned. I'm working for a community to help people with the spiritual and meditation things, with to spread the spirituality and teachings of meditation to help people. It doesn't mean that you always have to quit your job. It could be anything. And number 7 is the most important thing, when you can communicate with the universe direct. In meditation time, you are in deep relaxed state, and your subconscious mind is active, and that is automatically connected with the universe, and it receives a lot of information, knowledge that you want. It could be related to your life, work, whatever, or spirituality. All the yogis from India, the biggest discoveries they have done, these atoms and the distance of planets, the names, how far that. Now the modern science is verifying and researching on them. But our ancient yogis have done this before. How? They have deep down inside them and connected with this universe. We all have this universe inside, you know. Isn't it incredible? But we are not aware. You can also experience this. I also experience some things, like how our body is made of elements, water element, fire element, 4 elements. So we all have this power to connect with universe and access that information. I'm not saying I have access the whole information, but you can access to any information in your life. All these books which we are reading, there are many books of Vedanta, science of Ayurveda, all this, how this came to humans, from somewhere. So we all have this power and capability to connect to this infinite source. Just try to meditate every day, morning and evening, at least 5 minutes. If you have any problem or question, just ask to yourself right question and sit in the meditation. You will definitely receive some message or signal, and you have to be aware, you have to be aware of these signals of your life. Like when you're driving a vehicle, you don't fall asleep and driving a vehicle. You have to be aware every time, every moment, to prevent from obstacles in our life. So being aware is the biggest solution also. When you are aware what is the reason of your problem, you will have the solution.